Don't move. Daniel freezes, fingers tight around the duffel bag as headlights flood the empty Chicago street. The clock on the closed door behind him reads 11:47 p.m. A black SUV blocks the road. Doors open. 3 men step out, calm, slow, controlled. You opened something that isn't yours, one says. Daniel shakes his head fast. I didn't take anything. The man steps closer. His eyes don't blink. Then why are you holding it? Daniel's grip tightens. His knuckles turn pale. He takes 1 step back. Another man circles behind him. No way out. Pause for a second. Where are you watching from? Drop your city below. Daniel swallows hard. I was just trying to stop talking. The trunk of the SUV clicks open. A 4th man steps out. Silent, cold, different. He looks straight at Daniel, then at the bag, and Daniel realizes something is very wrong. Open it. Daniel's hands shake as he lowers the duffel bag to the ground. The zipper feels heavier now, like it knows what's inside. I didn't take anything, he says again, voice cracking. Open it, the man repeats, sharper this time. Daniel hesitates. A hand grabs his shoulder from behind and squeezes hard. Now, he drops to his knees and slowly pulls the zipper. The bag opens. Stacks of cash stare back at them. Thick, neat, too much. One of the men exhales. It's all here. Not all. Daniel's chest tightens. The silent man steps closer. His shoes stop inches from the bag. He crouches, counts fast with his eyes, then stops. Silence. His gaze lifts to Daniel. Cold, focused. You spent some. Daniel's heart slams. No, I didn't. A hand slaps the bag shut. Lying won't help you. The silent man stands, and, for the first time, he speaks. Do you know who I am? Daniel shakes his head fast. No, I swear, I don't. The man studies him. No rush, no anger. That makes it worse. Good, he says quietly. Because if you did, you wouldn't be standing. One of the men chuckles. Tell him. The silent man ignores him. His eyes stay on Daniel. Name, he says. Daniel. Full name. Daniel Carter. The man nods once, like he's saving it. You live around here? Daniel hesitates. A hand tightens on his shoulder again. Yes. The man steps closer. Then listen carefully, Daniel. He taps the duffel bag with his shoe. This is not lost money. This is not lucky money. Daniel's throat goes dry. It belongs to me. A beat, and I don't lose things. Daniel feels his legs weaken. I didn't know, he says quickly. I believe you. The men behind him shift. Daniel looks up. Hope flashes for a second. Then the man leans in closer. And that's exactly why you're in danger. Get in the car. Daniel's head snaps up. What? One of the men opens the SUV door. The engine hums low. I didn't do anything, Daniel says, stepping back. I can give it back. You already opened it, another man says. That's enough. Daniel looks around. Empty street. No cars. No people. Please. My mom is waiting for me. The man in front of him tilts his head slightly. No reaction. Get in. Daniel takes another step back. A hand pushes him forward. Hard. He stumbles toward the open door. Wait. Inside. Daniel grips the edge of the door, breathing fast. If I get in, I'm not coming back, right? No one answers. The man with the cold eyes watches him, silent. Then he gestures once. Daniel looks at the dark interior of the SUV and realizes this is not about the money anymore. Daniel jerks his arm free and bolts. Shoes slam against wet pavement. The duffel bag drags behind him, heavy, loud. Stop. He doesn't. A gun clicks. Run again, and I shoot your leg. Daniel freezes mid-step. Breath gone. The street feels tighter now. Closer, like it's closing in. He turns slowly. I'll give it back, he says, voice shaking. All of it. The man with cold eyes watches him. Not all of it. Daniel's chest tightens. I didn't. 11,000, the man says. Hospital receipt. Today. Daniel's face drops. They know. A phone appears in the man's hand. Screen lit. Daniel sees it. His name. His address. Everything. You spent it on your mother. Daniel's knees weaken. How do you? The man steps closer. Because I don't guess. A beat. Then he speaks again. You had a reason. Daniel nods fast. Hope rises. Then the man's voice turns flat. But reasons don't change consequences. Daniel swallows. So tell me. You're late again. Daniel shuts the apartment door quietly behind him, trying not to wake his mother. The hallway light flickers above him. I had work, he says, dropping his backpack near the wall. His mother sits up slowly on the couch. A blanket slips from her shoulders. At 10:30? Daniel avoids her eyes. It was extra hours. She studies him. Tired. Concerned. You shouldn't be out that late. Daniel walks into the kitchen. Opens the fridge. Empty. I'm fine, he says. No, you're not. He grabs a bottle of water and drinks fast. You missed your school meeting again, she adds. Daniel pauses. They don't care about me, he says. I care. Silence. A cough breaks it. Sharp. Heavy. Daniel turns quickly. You took your meds? She hesitates. Daniel's stomach drops. You didn't. They're finished. A beat. How long? She looks away. 3 days. Daniel clenches his jaw. And you didn't tell me. We don't have the money. Daniel nods slowly. Then he grabs his jacket again. I'll fix it. But he doesn't know how. Cash only. Daniel stops at the pharmacy counter. Fluorescent lights buzz overhead. A small clock reads 8:12 p.m. I can pay later, he says. Just give me 2 days. The pharmacist shakes his head. I told you before, no credit. Daniel slides a crumpled $10 bill forward. Take this. I'll bring the rest tomorrow. Prescription is $180. Daniel's chest tightens. Please. She can't miss another dose. A line forms behind him. Someone sighs. Step aside, if you're not paying, the pharmacist says. Daniel doesn't move. Please, he says again. The pharmacist pushes the bill back. Next. Daniel's hand stays on the counter. Sir, a security guard steps closer. You heard him. Daniel grabs the bill, jaw tight. He turns. At the door, he looks back at the bottles behind the glass. Then he steps outside into the cold. His phone buzzes. Unknown number. He hesitates. Then answers. A voice says, You looking for money? You looking for money? Daniel frowns. Who is this? Someone who sees you running around asking for help, the voice says. Calm. Too calm. Daniel steps away from the streetlight. I don't do that. A soft chuckle. You were just at the pharmacy. Cash short. Daniel's grip tightens on his phone. You watching me? I watch everyone who needs something. Daniel's heart starts racing. What do you want? He asks. Simple job. Quick cash. No questions. Daniel shakes his head. I'm not doing anything illegal. Then your mother keeps missing her medication. Silence. Daniel looks down at the cracked pavement. I said no. Think fast, the voice replies. Opportunities don't wait. The call ends. Daniel lowers the phone slowly. A bus roars past. Wind hits his face. He stands there, breathing hard. Then he pockets the phone and walks. Faster. He turns the corner into a darker street. And stops. Voices ahead. Arguing. Sharp. Angry. Daniel takes one step closer and hears the word. Money. Leave it there. Daniel freezes near the alley entrance. 2 men argue in low, sharp voices. A third stands watch. Back turned. A duffel bag sits on the ground between them. Count it again, one says. I already did, the other snaps. It's short. Daniel leans closer, hidden by a trash bin. Not my problem, the first man says. Deal's done. Nothing's done, the second replies. We fix it now. A phone rings. All 3 look at it. The one holding the bag answers, listens, then curses. We move. Now, what about the count? We finish later. They grab nothing. Footsteps rush past the alley exit. A car door slams. Engine roars away. Silence. Daniel waits. 10 seconds. 20. He steps into the alley. The duffel bag is still there. Heavy. Still. He looks around. No one. He crouches, hand hovering over the zipper, and whispers, I shouldn't. Walk away. Daniel whispers it to himself, staring at the duffel bag like it might move. His phone buzzes again. "Mom," he answers. "Hey." Her voice is weak. "Daniel, I feel dizzy." His chest tightens. "Did you eat?" "No, I tried." A cough cuts her off. Daniel looks at the bag, then at the empty street. "I'm coming," he says quickly. "Don't worry," she replies softly. "I'll be okay." The call ends. Daniel lowers the phone slowly. The alley feels colder now. He kneels. His fingers touch the zipper. Stops. He pulls back. Then remembers the pharmacist, the price, 3 days without meds. He grabs the zipper again. This time, he pulls. The bag opens slightly. Stacks of cash peek through. Daniel inhales sharply. More money than he's ever seen. His heart starts pounding. He looks over his shoulder. Still no one. Then back at the bag, and asks himself one thing. Do I close it or take it? That's not normal. Daniel pulls the zipper wider. The bag opens fully now. Stacks of cash. Neat. Thick. Wrapped tight. He freezes. His breath slows. Then speeds up. No way. He reaches in, fingers brushing the edge of one bundle. Real. Solid. He pulls one out. Rubber band tight around it. Hundreds. All hundreds. Daniel looks around the alley again. Still empty. He grabs another stack, then another. They keep coming. His hands start shaking. How much is this? He tries to count fast, loses track. Too much. Way too much. His mind jumps. Rent. Food. Hospital. His mom. All of it. Solved. Right here. Right now. Daniel swallows hard. This can't be real. He looks deeper into the bag. More stacks. Packed tight. Then he notices something. Inside lining. A small symbol. Dark red. Stamped. Not random. Not normal. Daniel leans closer. And suddenly, it doesn't feel like luck anymore. Just a little. Daniel whispers it like a rule. He pulls 2 bundles. Then pauses. No. One. He puts one back. Keeps the other. His hands shake harder now. Just enough for the meds. He tucks the bundle into his jacket. Then stops. What if it's marked? He checks the bills. Nothing obvious. A siren wails somewhere far off. Daniel flinches. He zips the bag halfway, then opens it again. Rent 2. He mutters. He grabs another bundle. Now 2. His breathing gets louder. Stop. That's it. He forces the zipper shut. The alley feels tighter. He slings the bag over his shoulder. Heavy. Too heavy. He takes 2 steps, then turns back. Did anyone see? Nothing. Just trash bins. Brick walls. And that symbol in his head. Daniel pulls his hood up. Starts walking fast. Then hears tires screech at the far end of the street. He doesn't look, but his pace changes, and the bag suddenly feels like a target. Don't go home. Daniel says it under his breath as he turns onto a crowded street. Neon signs flicker. A bus pulls in at 9:03 p.m. He shifts the bag behind his leg. Too visible. He steps into a convenience store. Camera above the door. He lowers his head. Bathroom? He asks. The cashier points. Back. Daniel walks fast, locks the door, drops the bag. He opens it again, checks the stacks. Still there. He pulls the 2 bundles from his jacket. Stares. Keep one, he says. He puts one back in the bag. Keeps one. Flushes the toilet for noise. Runs water. He looks at himself in the mirror. Act normal. His phone buzzes. Mom. He doesn't answer. He lifts the bag, then stops. On the inside seam, the red symbol stares back. He didn't see it clearly before. Now he does. Sharp lines. Foreign. Not random. He zips it shut and realizes someone marked this on purpose. Someone's coming back for this. Daniel exits the store and blends into the sidewalk crowd. Music spills from a passing car. A police cruiser rolls by slow. He keeps walking, then stops. Across the street, a black SUV idles. Engine low, windows dark. Daniel turns away. Not for me, he mutters. He crosses at the light. The SUV doesn't move. He keeps his head down. A man brushes past him. Watch it. Daniel nods, keeps going. He ducks into an alley shortcut. Quieter. narrow. He exhales, then hears it. Footsteps behind him, steady, matching his pace. Daniel speeds up, so do the steps. He grips the bag tighter. "Don't run," he whispers. The footsteps get closer. A voice calls out. "Calm." "Hey." Daniel doesn't turn. "Hey, you dropped something." Daniel stops. Slowly, he looks down. Nothing's missing. Then the voice adds, "Or did you pick something up? Or did you pick something up?" Daniel turns slowly. The man stands at the alley entrance, mid-30s, calm, watching. "I don't know what you're talking about," Daniel says. The man smiles slightly. "You look nervous." Daniel shifts the bag behind his leg. "I'm just going home." "Good," the man replies. "Then go." Daniel doesn't move. "Now," the man adds. Daniel steps past him. 1 step, 2, nothing happens. He keeps walking. Then, "Strange night," the man says behind him. "People leaving things where they shouldn't." Daniel keeps moving. Faster. "Some of those things," the man continues, "are very expensive." Daniel turns the corner, breaks into a run, doesn't stop until he reaches his building. He locks the door behind him, leans against it, breathing hard, safe. For now, he looks down at the bag, then at the red symbol in his mind, and one question hits him. Who did this really belong to? "Turn it off." Daniel grabs the remote and lowers the volume, but the words still cut through. Authorities confirm a large cash transfer linked to an organized group is missing. He freezes. On the screen, a blurred image of a duffel bag flashes. Believed to be tied to a Russian network operating in Chicago. Daniel's grip tightens. "That's not mine," he whispers. His mother coughs from the couch. "What?" "Nothing." He turns the TV off completely. Silence fills the room. Too loud. Daniel drops to his knees and slides the duffel bag under the bed, pushes it deep, out of sight. He stands slowly, walks to the window, pulls the curtain slightly. Across the street, a black car, parked, engine off, but someone is inside. Watching, Daniel lets the curtain fall, steps back. His heart starts racing again. Then, his phone buzzes. Unknown number. Again, Daniel stares at it. This time, he doesn't answer. "They were asking about you." Daniel turns. His neighbor, Mrs. Alvarez, stands in the doorway, grocery bag in hand. "Who?" Daniel asks. "2 men. Suits. Not from around here." She steps closer. "They showed your picture." Daniel's chest tightens. "What did you say?" "I said you're a good kid." She lowers her voice. "But they didn't look like they care about that." Daniel glances at the door. Locked. What did they want? "They asked if you brought something home tonight." Daniel's pulse spikes. "I said, I don't watch your door," she adds. "But they were polite. Too polite." Daniel swallows. "Did they say a name?" She shakes her head. "Just left a number." She hands him a small card. Blank. Just digits. "If you found this bag, what would you do? Comment honestly." Daniel slips the card into his pocket. "Thank you," he says. She studies him. "Daniel, what did you get into?" A beat. A soft knock echoes down the hall. Not his door. Yet. "Don't open it." Daniel whispers it to himself as another knock echoes down the hallway. Louder this time. Closer. His mother looks up. "Are you expecting someone?" "No." The knock comes again, 3 times. Firm. Daniel walks slowly toward the door. Stops halfway. Looks through the peephole. 2 men. Same suits. Same calm faces. His heart jumps. "They're here," he whispers. "What?" his mother asks. Daniel steps back fast. "Stay quiet," he says. The knock returns. "Daniel Carter," a voice calls. "We know you're inside." His mother stands. "Who is that?" "No one." "Open the door," the voice says. "We just want to talk." Daniel's jaw tightens. He looks at the bedroom, at the bed, at the bag hidden underneath. Then, back at the door. The handle moves slightly. A test. Then the voice lowers. "You picked up something that isn't yours." Daniel doesn't move, and the silence on his side says everything. "We can wait." The voice stays calm on the other side of the door. Daniel backs away, slow, silent. His mother steps closer to him. "Daniel, who are they?" No one, he whispers. Stay behind me. Another knock. Harder. We're not leaving, the man says. Open the door, and this ends easy. Daniel's eyes flick to the window. 4th floor. No escape. His phone vibrates again in his pocket. Unknown number. Same as before. The knocking stops. Silence. Then, footsteps move away. Daniel exhales. Too soon. A shadow passes the curtain. He moves fast, peeks outside. The black car is still there. Now another one pulls up. Doors open. More men step out. His phone buzzes again. This time, he answers. The voice is different. Cold. Controlled. You're making this harder than it needs to be. Daniel freezes. Look outside, the voice says. He already has. And now you understand. The voice continues. You're not the only one we can knock for. Open the door, Daniel. The voice on the phone stays steady. Daniel grips the phone tighter. Leave my family out of this. They already are. The voice replies. A knock hits the door again. His mother grabs his arm. What's going on? Daniel pulls away gently. Go to the bedroom. Now, Daniel, please. She hesitates, then moves. The knock comes again, slower, controlled. Daniel steps toward the door, stops, looks back at the bedroom, then down at the floor, at the space under the bed. The bag is still there, heavy, silent. His phone speaker cracks softly. You have 10 seconds. Daniel's chest rises fast. 9. He reaches for the handle. 8. His hand shakes. 7. Daniel closes his eyes, then opens them, grabs the handle, and twists. The door swings open. 2 men stand there, calm, waiting, and one of them smiles. Good, he says. Now let's talk about what you took. You have it, don't you? The man steps inside without waiting. The second follows, closing the door behind him. Daniel stands still. I don't know what you mean. The first man smiles slightly. The bag. Daniel says nothing. Bring it, the man adds. Daniel's jaw tightens. It's not here. A pause. Then the man walks past him, straight to the bedroom. Daniel's heart jumps. Wait. Too late. The man kneels, reaches under the bed, pulls the duffel bag out, places it on the floor, unzips it halfway, looks inside. Silence. Then, it's light. Daniel's chest tightens. I didn't. The second man steps closer. Careful. The first man stands slowly, eyes locked on Daniel. You took from it. Daniel swallows. I needed it. For what? A beat. Daniel hesitates. Then, my mom. Silence fills the room. The man studies him, then asks one question. How much did you take? 11,000. Daniel's voice comes out low. The room goes quiet. The man nods once, like he already knows. Hospital? Daniel blinks. Yes. The second man glances at the bag. We can take it back now. No. The first says. Daniel looks up, confused. No. The second repeats. The man studies Daniel again. Where is it? Daniel hesitates. I used some already. How much is left? 8. The man steps closer. Bring it. Daniel moves to the kitchen, opens a cabinet, pulls out a small envelope, hands it over. The man counts fast. Stops. 8,000, he confirms. Daniel watches his face. Nothing. No anger. That's worse. The man closes the envelope. You will come with us, he says. Daniel shakes his head. I can't leave her. You will, the man replies. His mother coughs in the other room. Daniel's eyes flick toward it. Then, back. And for the first time, he has to choose. She needs you, Daniel says, voice tight. The man looks toward the bedroom. So do we. Daniel steps in front of the hallway. I'm not leaving her. The second man moves closer. You already took from us. Daniel clenches his fists. I'll pay it back. With what? The man asks. Silence. His mother coughs again, louder this time. Daniel turns, takes one step toward the room. The first man speaks. How much for tonight? Daniel stops. What? Hospital. How much do they want right now? Daniel hesitates. 3,000. The man reaches into his coat, pulls out a small stack, places it on the table. Call them, he says. Daniel stares at the money. This doesn't change anything, the second man adds. Daniel grabs his phone, dials fast. Yes, he says. I'm paying now. A pause. He gives the details. Hangs up. The room goes quiet again. The man nods once. Now, he says calmly, you come with us. 5 minutes, Daniel says. The man checks his watch. 3, 5, Daniel repeats. Firmer. A pause. The man nods once. 3. Daniel turns and rushes into the bedroom. His mother looks up. Weak. What's happening? I have to step out, he says, grabbing a hoodie. Just for a bit. At this hour. I'll be back, he says. I paid the hospital. Her eyes widen. How? Daniel stops. Work. He lies. She studies him. Daniel. He kneels beside her. Listen to me. If anyone knocks, don't open. Why? Just don't. Another cough hits her. Daniel grips her hand. I'm fixing things. For who? She asks softly. Daniel hesitates. For us. He stands fast. Steps out. The men are waiting. Silent. The first man gestures to the door. Daniel takes one last look at his mother, then steps out. The door shuts behind him, and something inside him knows. He's not in control anymore. Get in. Daniel steps into the night. Cold air hits his face. The black SUV idles at the curb, headlights low. He hesitates at the door. Where are we going? Forward, the man says. Not an answer. Daniel looks up at his window. The curtain moves slightly. His mother's shadow. He opens the door, slides in. The door shuts. Locks click. The car pulls off. Daniel grips his knees. I'll pay everything back. The man sits beside him. Calm. Still. You already owe more than money. Daniel frowns. What does that mean? No reply. The city lights pass fast outside. They stop at a red light. Daniel glances at the handle. Locked. The man follows his eyes. Don't. The light turns green. They drive. The man finally speaks. My name is Arkady Volkov. Daniel's stomach drops. And now, Arkady says, you work for me. Daniel swallows and realizes there's no turning back now. You were easy to find. Arkady Volkov doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't need to. Daniel sits still in the back seat. I didn't hide. That's the problem, Arkady says. The SUV turns into a quiet street. No traffic. No noise. Daniel looks out the window. How did you know it was me? Arkady glances at him. You touched what belongs to me. That doesn't answer. It answers everything. The car slows. Arkady pulls out a phone. Taps once. He turns the screen toward Daniel. Grainy footage. An alley. Daniel, holding the bag. Daniel's chest tightens. That's not you, Arkady says. Another clip. Store camera. Daniel, entering, then leaving, bag in hand. They follow patterns. Arkady continues. Cameras, streets, people. Daniel looks away. Arkady leans slightly closer. You were never invisible. The car stops. Dark building ahead. Doors. Unlock. Arkady steps out. Come, he says. Daniel hesitates, then steps out too, and realizes this is only the beginning. We don't guess. Arkady walks ahead. Daniel follows, slow, alert. The building door opens without a sound. Inside, low light, clean, quiet. A man at a desk nods. Sir. Arkady keeps moving. Show him. They enter a room. Screens line the wall. Footage plays. Daniel sees himself again. Alley, store, street corner. Different angles. Different times. All you, the man says. Daniel swallows. You've been watching me this whole time? Arkady shakes his head. Not you. The money. He points at the screen. A timestamp flashes. Moment it left my hand, Arkady says. We follow everything. Daniel steps closer. How many cameras is that? Enough. The man taps a key. Another image appears. A still frame. Daniel's face. Clear, sharp, highlighted. Arkady looks at him. We don't chase shadows. A beat. We confirm targets. Daniel feels his chest tighten. And for the first time, He sees himself the way they do. Who else saw you? Arkady's voice stays low, controlled. Daniel shakes his head. No one. Arkady watches him. Think. Daniel swallows. Just people on the street. Faces, Arkady says. Details. I don't know, Daniel replies. Arkady nods to the man at the desk. A new clip appears. Convenience store. Daniel at the counter. The cashier's face zooms in. Witness, the man says. Another clip. Alley entrance. The man who spoke to Daniel earlier. Freeze frame. Contact, Arkady adds. Daniel's chest tightens. I didn't know him. Now you do, Arkady replies. More clips flash. Neighbors. Street corners. Angles Daniel never noticed. Arkady steps closer. You create problems when you move, he says. Daniel exhales slowly. I didn't mean to. Arkady's expression doesn't change. Meaning doesn't matter. A beat. Then Arkady gestures to the screen again. Every person who saw you. The image zooms further. Faces sharpen. Is now part of this. Clean it up. Daniel looks at Arkady. What does that mean? Arkady doesn't answer him. He speaks to the man at the desk. List them. Names appear on the screen. Faces Daniel recognizes. The cashier. The alley man. Mrs. Alvarez. Daniel steps forward. No, they didn't do anything. They saw you, Arkady replies. That's not their fault. It becomes their problem. Daniel's voice rises. You're not touching them. The room goes quiet. Arkady turns slowly. You give orders now? Daniel freezes. No, he says quickly. Arkady steps closer. Then listen. He taps the screen. Exposure spreads, he says. We stop it. Daniel shakes his head. There has to be another way. Arkady studies him. Long. Then. Good, he says. Daniel blinks. Good? You care, Arkady replies. A pause. Then you fix it. Daniel's stomach drops. How? Arkady's voice stays calm. You go to each one. A beat. And make sure they forget. Start with her. Arkady points at the screen. Mrs. Alvarez's face fills it. Daniel steps back. No. She spoke to my men, Arkady says. She remembers you. She won't say anything. Daniel replies fast. Arkady tilts his head. You're certain? Yes. Then prove it. Daniel's chest tightens. I'm not threatening her. Arkady shakes his head. I didn't say threaten. Then what? Control the outcome. Daniel looks at the screen again. Mrs. Alvarez, smiling in the still frame. She trusts you, Arkady continues. Use that. Daniel's hands clench. And if I don't? Arkady steps closer. Then I solve it my way. Silence. Daniel exhales slowly. I'll talk to her. Arkady nods once. Tonight. Daniel turns toward the door. Stops. What about the others? Arkady's voice follows him. One at a time. Daniel opens the door, steps out, and realizes this isn't about the money anymore. It's about everything connected to him. Don't go back. Daniel says it under his breath as he steps out of the building. Cold air hits harder now. He doesn't turn toward home. He walks the opposite way. Fast. His phone buzzes. Arkady. He ignores it. I'm not doing this, Daniel mutters. He reaches the bus station. Bright lights. People moving. Noise. Better. Safer. He scans the board. Detroit. 12:20 a.m. He moves to the counter. One ticket. Cash or card? Cash. He pulls out the bundle. The cashier eyes it. That's a lot of money. Daniel forces a smile. Long trip. Ticket prints. He grabs it. Moves toward the platform. Breath steady now. Almost out. Pause for a second. Do you think he should run or face them? Tell me below. Daniel steps outside. Bus waiting. Door open. He moves closer. Then stops. Across the street. Black SUV. Engine running. Waiting. Daniel's chest tightens. They're already here. He turns slowly and starts walking the other way. Don't run. Daniel hears it behind him as he steps away from the bus. He runs. Shoes slam against concrete. The crowd blurs. A horn blasts. Stop. Someone shouts. Daniel cuts through people, knocks into a man, keeps going. A hand grabs his hoodie. He twists free, sprints toward the street. A car speeds past, inches away. He doesn't stop. He turns into a side road. Darker, quieter, footsteps behind him. Closer, faster. Daniel pushes harder. His lungs burn. He reaches a fence. Dead end. No. He spins. The footsteps stop. Silence. Too quiet. Daniel backs up slowly. Then, a car engine revs at the alley entrance. Headlights flood the space. Same SUV. Daniel looks left. Brick wall. Right. Locked gate. No way out. The door opens. A man steps out. Calm. Walking toward him. Daniel's chest pounds. "I told you not to run," the man says. Daniel swallows. Then hears something else. Another set of footsteps. Behind him. He's surrounded. "Who told you?" Daniel's voice cracks as he looks between them. The man in front keeps walking. "You think we guess?" "I didn't tell anyone," Daniel says. You went to the bus station." The man cuts in. Daniel's eyes widen. "How did you?" Screen on. Live feed. Bus station entrance. Daniel on camera. "Seconds ago." "They don't lose you," the man says. Daniel's chest tightens. Another man steps closer from behind. "You move, we see." Daniel shakes his head. "That's not possible." "It is," the man replies. A beat. Daniel's mind races. Someone tipped them, or something did. He looks at his phone, then back at them. "You're tracking me." The man smiles slightly. "Now you're thinking." Daniel's grip tightens around the bag. "You said talk to her," he says. "I did." The man tilts his head. "And you tried to run." A pause. That changes things. Hands up. Daniel raises his hands slowly. The duffel bag drops at his feet. "Kick it over," the man says. Daniel nudges the bag forward. A second man steps in, picks it up, checks the zipper. "All here," he says. Daniel swallows. "I wasn't leaving with it." "Then why the ticket?" The first man asks. Daniel hesitates. "I needed space." The man studies him. "From us?" Daniel says nothing. The man gestures. "Turn around." Daniel turns. A hand pats him down. Finds the ticket. "Detroit," the second man reads. "One way." Daniel exhales. "I panicked." The man steps closer. Panic makes mistakes. A beat. Daniel lowers his hands slightly. "Can we just go back?" He asks. "To talk?" "Yes." The man looks at him for a long second, then nods once. "Walk." Daniel takes a step, then another. The SUV door opens. He stops. Something feels off. Too easy. He looks up and sees a third car pulling in behind them. "Stay where you are." The new voice cuts through the alley. Daniel turns. A second car door slams. Different men step out. Not the same suits. Rougher. Faster. The man in front of Daniel stiffens. "You're early." "Plans change," the new man replies. Daniel's eyes move between them. Two groups. Not working together. The second group looks at the bag, then at Daniel. That's him. One asks. The first man steps forward. "He's ours." The new man laughs softly. "Not tonight." Tension snaps tight. Hands shift. Jackets move. Weapons almost visible. Daniel's breath stops. What's going on? He whispers. No one answers. The new man points at him. "Bring him." The first man shakes his head. "Back off." A beat. Then, both sides move at once. Daniel steps back. Fast. No one is watching him anymore. And for the first time, he has a chance. But one question hits him hard. Who are these new men? Don't make a scene. Daniel hears it right as he steps into the crowded Chicago street. Morning traffic. People rushing. Normal. Too normal. He slows. A man bumps into him. "Watch it." Daniel nods. Keeps moving. Then notices it. Same faces. Different positions. One at the corner. One near the bus stop. One behind him. Not random. Placed. His chest tightens. He turns left. They adjust. He stops. So do they. "You're not invisible here," a voice says beside him. Daniel turns. Same man from the alley. Calm. Walking next to him like nothing is wrong. "I thought you'd learn," the man adds. Daniel lowers his voice. This is public. Exactly. Daniel scans the crowd. No one notices. Where's Arkady? Daniel asks. The man smiles slightly. Right on time. A black car door closes across the street. Daniel follows the sound, sees him, Arkady Volkov, standing still, watching, and then he starts walking toward Daniel. Keep walking. The man at Daniel's side doesn't look at him. Daniel moves, slow, careful. Arkady crosses the street. No rush. Cars stop. People pass around him like he's nothing, but everyone around Daniel shifts. Positions tighten. A woman brushes his arm. Another man blocks his path for a second too long. A net. Daniel whispers. You said talk. We are, the man replies. Arkady stops a few feet away. Close enough to hear, far enough to look casual. Morning, Daniel, Arkady says. Daniel swallows. You brought a crowd. Arkady glances around. Chicago is busy. A beat. Daniel keeps his voice low. Let me fix this. Arkady nods slightly. You will. He steps closer. Where is the rest? Daniel hesitates. Arkady's eyes drop to the duffel bag, then back to Daniel. Open it, he says. Daniel looks around. People everywhere. No one paying attention. He kneels, hands on the zipper, and realizes everyone is watching without looking. Do it slowly. Arkady's voice stays low, calm. Daniel kneels on the sidewalk. People walk past. Shoes, bags, voices. No one stops. His fingers grip the zipper. He pulls. The bag opens. Cash inside. Neat. Stacked. Heavy. A man passing by glances for a second. Keeps walking. Daniel exhales. It's all here. Arkady doesn't look at the money. He looks at Daniel. Count it. Daniel freezes. Here. Here. Daniel swallows. Starts counting. Hands shaking. 1 bundle. 2. 3. People move around him. A kid laughs nearby. A car horn blares. Everything feels normal. Except this. Daniel keeps counting. Then stops. His chest tightens. Arkady notices. Continue. Daniel shakes his head slowly. It's not complete. Silence. Arkady's gaze hardens. How much is missing? Daniel looks up. 3,000. A beat. Arkady steps closer. And where is it? Say it out loud. Arkady's voice stays even. No anger. No rush. Daniel swallows. People pass behind him. A bus brakes. Doors hiss open. I used it, Daniel says. Louder. Daniel glances around. I used it. For what? Daniel's jaw tightens. My mom. Arkady watches him. Amount. 3,000. A man nearby drops a coin. It rolls past Daniel's shoe. No one looks at them. Arkady steps closer. You spend what is mine, in public. And you whisper. Daniel lifts his chin. She needed it. A pause. Arkady studies him. Long. Then reaches down. Grabs a bundle from the bag. Holds it up. Money solves problems, he says. He taps Daniel's chest with it. Until it creates new ones. Daniel's breath quickens. Arkady lowers the bundle, then looks at the crowd. People think this is normal, he says. He turns back to Daniel. It isn't. Then he reaches for the bag again and unzips it fully. Look at it. Arkady lifts the bag slightly. The stacks are fully exposed now. Bright. Obvious. Daniel's chest tightens. Close it. Why? Arkady asks. People don't see what they don't want to see. A man walks past. Glances. Keeps going. A woman checks her phone beside them. No one stops. Arkady turns the bag toward the street. Value, he says quietly. Power. Daniel looks around again. You're making it worse. Arkady's eyes return to him. You already did. A beat. Daniel's hands curl into fists. I'll fix it, he says. Arkady nods once. You will. He drops the bag back into Daniel's hands. Heavy, then leans in slightly. Next time, we don't talk. Daniel's throat goes dry. Arkady steps back. Turns. Starts walking away. The men around Daniel begin to move. Disperse. Like nothing happened. Daniel stands there, holding the bag. Alone. in a crowd. And now, everyone feels like they're watching him. That money was not random. Arkady's voice comes from behind Daniel. Daniel turns fast. I thought you left. I decide when I leave, Arkady replies. The street noise fades in Daniel's ears. What was it for? Daniel asks. Arkady steps closer. Not rushed, not angry. A deal, he says. One that required trust. Daniel frowns. Then why leave it in an alley? Arkady watches him. Because someone failed. A beat. Daniel's grip tightens on the bag. So, I just walked into it. You stepped into a test, Arkady says. Daniel shakes his head. I didn't ask for that. No one does. Silence. Arkady's eyes drop to the bag again. You didn't take all of it. Daniel swallows. I told you why. Arkady studies him. Long, careful. Then asks. You had access to more. And still stopped? You stopped. Arkady's voice stays quiet. Daniel nods once. I took what I needed. Needed, Arkady repeats. Daniel meets his eyes. For my mom. A pause. Arkady looks at the bag again. Then back at Daniel. Most people don't stop, he says. Daniel shrugs slightly. I'm not most people. A faint shift crosses Arkady's face. Not a smile. Something else. Prove it. Daniel frowns. How? Arkady steps closer. Say the number. What? The total you saw. Daniel thinks fast. Around 200,000. More exact. Daniel exhales. 212. Arkady nods once. Correct. Daniel's chest tightens. Arkady leans in. So you knew exactly how much you could take. Daniel says nothing. Arkady straightens. And you still stopped. A beat. Then Arkady's tone shifts. People like you are rare. Daniel blinks. That wasn't expected. And for the first time, the danger feels different. You cost me more than money. Arkady's tone stays level. Daniel stiffens. I told you, I'll pay it back. Arkady shakes his head. You can't. Then what do you want from me? Arkady steps closer. People pass around them, unaware. That bag was for a meeting, he says. Timing matters. Daniel frowns. So what happened? They walked, Arkady replies. A beat. Daniel's chest tightens. Because of me? Arkady holds his gaze. Because the money was not where it should be. Daniel looks down at the bag. I didn't know. Now you do. Silence. Daniel exhales slowly. Then tell me how to fix it. Arkady studies him again, measuring. You don't run, Arkady says. I won't. You don't lie. I didn't. A pause. Arkady leans in slightly. And you don't hesitate when I ask. Daniel swallows. Okay. Arkady straightens. The tension shifts. Not gone. Changed. Then he says, there is another way. Work it off. Daniel frowns. What does that mean? Arkady doesn't answer right away. He watches the street, then looks back. You fix what you disrupted, he says. I already told you. I'll pay. Not with money. Arkady cuts in. Daniel's chest tightens. Then how? Arkady gestures to the bag. You carried this once. Daniel nods slowly. You carry something else next. Arkady says. Daniel shakes his head. I'm not doing anything illegal. Arkady tilts his head. You already did. A beat. Daniel exhales. What do you want me to carry? Arkady studies him. Information, he says. Daniel hesitates. To who? Arkady steps closer. You don't ask that. Daniel looks around. The crowd keeps moving. This is crazy, he says. No, Arkady replies calmly. This is simple. A pause. You help me. Arkady continues. Or, I solve your problem another way. Daniel's stomach drops. You mean, my mom? Arkady doesn't respond. He doesn't need to. Your first job. Arkady hands Daniel a small envelope. Thin, sealed. Daniel doesn't take it. What's inside? Arkady holds his gaze. You don't open it. Daniel hesitates, then takes it. Where does it go? He asks. A man at 63rd and Halsted. Arkady says. Midnight. Daniel checks the street clock. 11:28 a.m. Why me? Arkady steps closer. Because you already crossed the line. Daniel exhales. And if I don't go? Arkady's eyes flick to Daniel's phone. It buzzes. Daniel checks it. Hospital. A message. Payment confirmed. Next appointment scheduled. He looks up. Arkady nods once. We take care of what matters to you. Daniel's grip tightens on the envelope. And you take care of what matters to me. A beat. Daniel nods slowly. I'll do it. Arkady steps back. Good. He turns away again. Daniel stands there, holding the envelope, and realizes this is only the first job. Midnight means now. Daniel checks the time again as he walks down 63rd and Halsted. 11:58 p.m. Streetlights flicker. Fewer people. Quieter. He grips the envelope tighter. A man stands near the corner, alone, watching. That must be him. Daniel slows. Don't think. Just deliver, he whispers to himself. He steps closer. The man speaks first. You're late. It's not midnight yet, Daniel replies. The man smirks slightly. Close enough. Daniel pulls out the envelope. I was told to give you this. The man doesn't take it. Who sent you? Daniel hesitates, then remembers. You don't ask that. A pause. The man studies him, then nods once. Took you long enough to learn. He takes the envelope, opens it, reads. His expression shifts, slight but real. Then he looks up at Daniel and says, you shouldn't be here. You're late to the truth. The man folds the paper and slips it back into the envelope. His eyes stay on Daniel. What truth? Daniel asks. That you're not the only one moving tonight. A car slows at the corner. Headlights sweep across them. The man doesn't look. Daniel glances around. I just delivered it. Did you? The man replies. He steps closer. Low voice. What did he promise you? Daniel hesitates. Nothing. Everyone gets something. A shadow moves behind the bus stop. Daniel notices. Who are you? He asks. The man smiles faintly. Someone who doesn't lose deals. Daniel's grip tightens. Arkady said this fixes it. The man shakes his head. This changes it. A beat. Daniel hears an engine cut off nearby. Doors open. More footsteps. The man leans in. When they arrive, you step away. Daniel's heart pounds. Why? Because you're the message. Daniel freezes, and the street suddenly feels smaller. Stand still. The man grips Daniel's shoulder. Firm. Daniel freezes. Who's coming? You'll see. Footsteps approach from both sides. Not rushed. Controlled. Daniel's eyes scan the street. Two men near the corner. Another crossing from the opposite side. Different from Arkady's. Don't move, the man repeats. Daniel's chest tightens. This wasn't part of the deal. There is no deal, the man says. A car door shuts. Daniel looks. Arkady steps out. Same calm face. Same steady walk. Daniel's breath catches. He's here. The man beside him nods slightly. Good. Arkady stops a few feet away, looks at the man, then at Daniel. Silence stretches. Heavy. Then Arkady speaks. You changed the meeting. The man shrugs. I adjusted it. A beat. Arkady's eyes shift back to Daniel. And you, he says quietly, are standing in the middle of it. Step back. Arkady's voice cuts through the street. Daniel doesn't move. The man beside him tightens his grip. Stay. Arkady's eyes narrow slightly. I wasn't speaking to you. A beat. The man releases Daniel. Slow. Daniel takes one step back, then another. Both sides watch him now. No escape. Arkady gestures toward the envelope. You opened it. The man shakes his head. I read it. Same difference, Arkady replies. Daniel's heart pounds. What is going on? He asks. No one answers him. The man beside him steps forward. You changed the terms. Arkady's voice stays calm. I removed the risk. A pause. The man laughs softly. You created one. Daniel looks between them. This was about money, he says. Arkady glances at him. It was. The other man adds. Now it's about control. Silence. Then Arkady speaks again. To be clear. His eyes lock on Daniel. He is not part of this. A beat. Unless you make him walk away now. Arkady doesn't raise his voice. Daniel stands frozen between them. The other man looks at him, then at Arkady. You brought him into this, he says. Arkady shakes his head. He brought himself. Daniel swallows. I didn't know. Exactly, Arkady cuts in. A pause. The street goes quiet again. The other man studies Daniel, long, then steps aside. Go, he says. Daniel hesitates, looks at Arkady. Arkady nods once. Now. Daniel turns, walks, slow at first, then faster. He doesn't look back, doesn't stop, doesn't breathe fully until he turns the corner. He's out, for real this time. No one follows, no cars, no voices, just empty street. Daniel slows, looks down at his hands, still shaking. Then, up at the road ahead, everything feels different now, and one thought stays with him. If you were in his place, what would you have done? If this story hit you, like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs this.